So cute. Hey, Shauna. Hey, girl. Oh, my babes.
Hi.
Sorry, Chamie. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just a little stuffy, and I'm wearing a sweater or a jacket because I'm freezing. That hot, cold stuff.
Is it cold there?
Well, it's cold, but I have a bit of a. I just don't feel good, you know, and like you're cold, you don't feel good.
Yeah. Totally understand.
Yeah. So, well,
Well,
thank you. So nice to see you. I'm gonna put my video off, and I'm just gonna listen while you guys do your thing. And I'm probably just gonna lay down. And I'm stoked to hear what you
I
have.
got so much information, honestly. I was just telling everyone that I've been preparing for so long. So you guys are going to get probably the best version of me that I've been so far. I've got so much freaking value to share with you guys. So forgive me if I leave all the questions until when I pause, because when I'm onto something, I'm onto something, and if anything interrupts me, I kind of get thrown off. So if you guys have any questions while I'm asking it, pop them in the chat so that way I can help you and equip you better. Like I said, I have so much freaking value for you guys, and I'll tell you in a moment what it's all about. So it's no secret that we as marketers tell stories. That's what we're here for. We tell stories. So the title of this little Zoom is I'm going to teach you guys all about authenticity and perspective authenticity. So being truthful in the stories that we tell, and as long as, just give me a second, as long as you guys are truthful in the stories that you're telling your audience, then you're truthful to yourself. So I actually grabbed the book while I was in Bali. I went to the bookstore. I was like a child in a candy store, and I was like to my husband, I need a book that will bring me value and bring my team value, and then I can teach someone from these values. So I grabbed about 15 books, and this was one of them. It's called All Marketers, and then as you can tell, it has liars, and it has it crossed out, and it says tell stories. So we as marketers, it goes through how we as marketers have a place to tell stories that are authentic to kind of capture our audience. And I'm going to go through a little bit of things that, you know, the book goes through, and then a little bit of my experience within the business. It's not like I always say, you know, be truthful to yourself, tell your story. What's your story? Who are you? What are you doing? What's your main objective? What are your goals? What are your dreams? But what we don't realize is the stories that we tell are kind of telling that already. So if I say to you, you know, by now everyone would probably be like, oh, SAFA, what's your story? So I'll tell you guys a little bit about my story. And it's as authentic as it comes. And I hope it... No, Mama, he's asleep. Sorry, guys. No, Mama, sorry. Out. No, you cannot. Sorry. Okay, so my story is I came from the childcare industry. I worked 45 hours a week, and if you're well, you need to go inside now, please.
Can you give it to me?
No. So I came from the childcare industry, and my husband came from the security industry. He used to work 65 to 85 hours a week. I used to work 45 hours a week. So we were working too many hours for not enough time. We weren't money poor, we were time poor. So imagine having two children. Both my children are in childcare, and you just the pay was there. Like, we were okay. Nothing like now though, but they were really time poor. So our weekends consisted of cramming every ounce of, you know, family time and, like, you know, downtime and cleaning and DIYs or whatever the case may be into those 2 days. If that's not unhealthy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is unhealthy. So that's my story, and that's authentic to me. So I have so many different people that can relate to my story because...
Mommy?
Yes.
Can I get my tablet?
No.
Yes.
You need to go inside.
I
You got 5 seconds. One. Yeah, that's as authentic as it comes. That's as authentic as it is. So that's why people resonate with me, because people may have the time, may have the money, but they don't have the time. So I'm going to show you guys how to tell a story with your authenticity and bringing your true self out from kind of like underneath. So the first question I want to ask you guys is, who are you? Are you projecting who you are in your content? Are you projecting who you are in your video ads or on your meetings? Or are you carrying yourself even walking down the street? Who are you? If I was to come up to you right now and ask you, who are you? Would you know how to explain? Would you know how to describe yourself? Most of us will kind of be like, oh, my name is SAFA. But that's not what I mean. I actually want to know who you are as a person. What are your values? What are your beliefs? What are your beliefs about global warming? Whatever the case may be. So whatever your story is who you are. That's who you are. So don't be afraid to tell everyone. Just give me a sec, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, Abbas is asleep. He hasn't slept tonight. So that's who you are. Who are you as a person? Who are you as a marketer? Who are you as a team leader? Who are you as just anyone? If I ask you that right now, so make sure you guys write that down. I want to know who you are. If you haven't figured out who you are just yet, that's okay. But I do suggest going on a little journey of self-discovery to figure out who you are. Because when you figure out who you are as a person, you ask yourself, what do I like? What do I dislike? What do I not? What do I believe? What do I believe in? And what do I disagree with? Those are the answers that are going to help you in telling your story. Like I said, if you don't know who you are just yet, just look at the basics. Where did you come from? What's your name? What do you believe in? And what do you disagree with? So those are the questions that we know. But if I was to ask you who you are, who are you? In our mind, we concoct this really complex answer. And it's not that complex. All I want to know is what kind of story you're going to tell the people. What kind of industry you come from. What story are you going to tell your followers, your audience. So go tell a story. If it doesn't resonate, tell a different one. Okay? So if you're telling a story and it doesn't resonate with everyone, you're probably not kind of digging further enough. Try and dig to where it hurts. And I say this to all the people that I help. When you're writing your ad and you're telling your story for the first time ever, and oftentimes when we're writing our ad, we are telling our story for the first time ever. Jesus, how many times do we get a chance to actually tell our stories? The only time we get to tell our stories is when we're at a counselor. No, that's why I tell everyone, when you're writing your first ad, it is quite emotional because no one's ever asked us, what's your story? Okay? So make sure your story resonates in a way where you're not whinging, but you're telling a very true story to yourself. So what's your story? That's what people want from you. You must have an authentic story that is framed in terms of the worldview of the person you're telling the story to. So you're telling your story to your audience, no matter what your audience is. If your audience are millennials, there it is. If your audience are childcare educators, there it is. So what's your story? And how are you going to interact in a way where your story is going to protrude and show a different perspective of where you came from? If I was to walk, I was actually in the airport, in Bali airport, coming back here, and this lady ran up to me. I don't even know where the hell she came from. She's like, I was like, do I know you? And she's like, you're SAFA. Oh my God, Abbas and SAFA's affiliated marketing. And she's like a childcare educator. She used to work 45 hours a week. She was telling my story to me. And I was like, what? I didn't realize that I was, like, often what we realize is when we're doing our lives or when we're doing our videos or when we're writing our ads or when we're putting out content, we're telling a story. You don't realize that until someone actually finally comes up to you and tells you, I know who you are. it's kind of like the first, moment a celebrity gets their moment. Like, I'm not a celebrity, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the first time someone was like telling my story to me. And when she told me my story, and it was no coincidence that I had picked up this book. It was no coincidence. I picked up a book the day before we left, about telling stories as a marketer. And she came up to me the next day, told me that I know your story. There was no coincidence there. I didn't realize that the story that I was telling was so authentic and so real and so resonating, like I can resonate with it, that she was able to resonate with it and she remembered me from it. So your story is going to help people remember you. So what are you going to be remembered for? Are you going to be remembered for having, cut and paste content? Are you going to be remembered for, putting out content that is so fire? No, everyone cannot ignore you anymore. What are you being known for? So that's your story, guys. Your story, your page is your journey. So don't be afraid to put out don't be afraid to put out your content in a way where it's kind of getting to the depth of you. That's your story. Your story has to be honest and transparent, and be prepared to live it out loud. So I say this all the time. If I fail at hitting a goal, it's okay. I actually call myself out for it. Like yesterday, I went on my Instagram and I said to myself, because I made about 6 months ago, I made a whole list of goals. And I said to myself, and I said to my followers, it's like, I made this list of goals 6 months ago. Some of the goals I didn't reach, and some of the goals I did. And that's okay. So they already understand, it's like, hey, she's not perfect. She's not one of those Instagram bloggers that says my life is perfect. I get Louis Vuitton shoes from down the road every freaking day. No. They know that if I don't hit a goal, I call myself out for it. And that shows me as authentic. I made a post the other day on our business page saying about our weaknesses that we had before jumping into this business. And I actually titled it, "You'll never hear this on Instagram." Because you won't. You won't hear how authentic people are. You won't hear how authentic people are. There's too many bullshitters and there's too much fakes in the world. So how are you going to perceive and show everyone how special you are? Through your authenticity. Your honesty is what draws people to you and connects people to you. You attract what you are. When you're honest and transparent, you're going to attract people who are honest and transparent. When you're kind of fake, you're going to kind of attract people who are fake. And I learned this the hard way. So I'm helping you guys understand the power that you guys have as marketers to tell stories. Your story is the product. We're not selling a platform. We're not selling a product. Your story is what you're selling people on. When I, reached out to Shauna, I didn't care that she was in an addict, to be honest. I cared because I resonated with her story. I resonated with her love for life, her zest for life, her health, her physical being, her story. I loved her story. That's what made me connect with her and resonate with her. Even though we're from very different backgrounds, even though, we're from literally across the world, I resonated with her story, and that's how she sold me. So every single time you guys are saying your story, you're going to kind of attract the people that you want through your stories, no matter how you guys say it. For example, Brody Nitro is our mentor. That's his story. His story is, he was living off park benches. He's been to jail. That's his story. And he sells it so well. That's why he's so successful. It's no secret why Brody is so successful. Yeah, all right, he has a very strong why, but his audience won't resonate with me, and my audience won't resonate with him. Two different scenarios, and I hope that made sense to you. If that made sense to you, just put it in the chat. Yes, it made sense. So that way I know it made sense. Okay, so I'm here to help you guys find your stories. So I got so much notes for you guys. Okay, telling stories. The power of telling stories is what sells us, which is what I explained before. Stories build connection, and the human brain responds to the descriptive power of stories in a very deep manner. When someone says to you, okay, let's get to it, I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anyone before, that immediately opens up a gateway into your brain. It's like, oh my God, I want to listen. So when people are telling their stories or their feelings or their emotions, we are subjected to always listen. It's because our brain responds to the descriptive power. So when you guys are telling your story, yeah, okay, you know, tell your story in briefly, but don't be afraid to kind of leave out the nitty-gritty stuff that we kind of don't get a chance to. So for example, I worked in the childcare industry. My director made me feel so inferior. I was probably at the level of children. Children are very small. That's how she made me feel. So I don't leave that nitty-gritty stuff out. One second. So I don't leave that nitty-gritty stuff out because I know for a fact that someone's going to resonate with that. And I use that to my power. I use that to my advantage. Because if someone resonates with my story and I'm targeting the right audience to capture my story, then why would I leave that out? Don't leave it out. When you read a story and you feel an experience, you synchronize with their mind within the story. So I should have actually printed out the photo. So there was two brains, and then when one was telling the other one a story, the other one was mimicking the signal. So basically that's how it works. It works as a vibration, works at a frequency where when you guys are telling a story, it's being mimicked back to you in a connection where people were like, oh, I get it. Wow. Oh my God, I can't believe she went through that. That kind of stuff. You must tell a story that has the right features. Your story is, stories are driven through personality. So your personality is going to make sure when you guys are writing your ads, your story ads, your content, make sure it brings out your personality, because your personality is what sells it. Jordan Belfort says it the best. Jordan Belfort says it the best. Freaking enthusiastic as hell. Be enthusiastic as hell. I said to one of my girls, Talisha, I felt like, and I love Talisha to death, I love it. I use her as an example because I finally feel like she's kind of jumped out of her shell. Reason being is because Talisha's always been a very suppressed person. She didn't know where or who she was. So I encouraged her to get out of her shell and tell everyone, show everyone what an amazing human being she is. She's fun-loving. She loves interacting, and she's just fun. Go watch her live. Her name's the Mumpreneur, Talisha. Go watch her lives. They're freaking fun as. Because she's real. She's authentic. You know what I mean? You need to be authentic. You need to be authentic in a way, like I say this, affiliate marketing is a niche idea, guys. Your audience won't resonate with me, and mine won't resonate with you, because you're going to attract different people from different backgrounds and different freaking enthusiastic people as hell. Okay? It's a niche idea because there is no one like you. There's no one like you in the world. There is none. There is no other Salima. There's no other Shauna. There's no other SAFA. None. So go show what you have with the world. Go show them how amazing you are. Go show them that this is me and this is who I'm supposed to be. Your story is not how you are. Okay, your story, this is really important, guys. Your story is not how you are better than others. Your story is inspired by the presence of people who participate, create, and connect with you. So when you're telling your story, try and kind of move away your ego. And your ego is, I'll show you what your ego is. Do you have an ego? Do you know that thing that said no? That's your ego. So move away your ego. When you're writing an ad or when you're speaking to leads and everything like that, people don't want to feel like that they have a superior. People don't want to feel like someone's better than them. So when I speak to my leads, for example, I'll be like, and they're kind of like sitting on the fence, I'll be like, what's the difference between you and I? Nothing. And they'll be like, what? What's the difference between you and I? Nothing. And they're like, and obviously they can see the success on the page. That's why they reply back to you, they message you. Like, the only difference that's between me and you is that I took a chance, an opportunity, and I said yes, and you haven't yet. Immediately, they put their guards down. They'll be like, she's freaking right. Because people don't want to feel like someone's better than them. I don't want to feel like someone's better than me. If someone's better than me, I don't want to speak to them. And Dan Locke says it best. It's what you don't know that costs you money. You don't know how to speak to leads? Going to cost you money. You don't know how to run ads? Going to cost you money. It's what you don't know that costs you money. So why not, right? Why not show people how you are on their level already? Show people you're approachable. Show people that you're freaking amazing and easy to come across. Don't put yourself so high in a way where people kind of can't get to you. If I'm here and you're here and you're speaking down to me and I can feel like you're speaking down to me, I won't speak to you. That's where your leads are coming from. Your leads don't understand Tony Robbins. I don't even know who the hell they are. I didn't even know who he was. They don't know who freaking what's another Jim Ron. I don't know who he is. So why are you saying these things to your leads where they don't resonate with it? So your main concern with your leads, with your content and everything, speak to the audience in a way where they will understand. Don't go use big lingo. Don't go use freaking words that they're not going to understand. Inspire, you can definitely, but don't say things like, as you all know, Tony Robbins said this. No, the only people that know Tony Robbins are the people that work with you. Doesn't make sense. So make sure your messages are getting across in a way where people can understand what you're trying to say without going and researching. Because the moment people will be like, I don't understand what that word means. See ya. What the hell does that word mean? What? How do you draw the line between being the same, relatable, or being authority and having something they want? Can you elaborate on that, Salima? Oh, okay, yeah. Can you elaborate? I think I understand a little bit.
Yeah, but you know how like Brody kind of touches on the fact, like, you know, that you've got something that they want.
Yeah.
And if you don't want it, I'm going to go and find however many other people on the internet do.
Yeah.
Kind of like, because that's kind of taking it, there's like two different positions, I guess, when talking to leads. Like,
yeah,
no, we're totally the same. It's fine. If I can do it, you can too. But then there's also the, I have what you want.
Yeah.
Kind of
so when Brody speaks to leads, and I've seen him in action, I've seen him so many times in action, he looks to make a connection before he tells them anything. So he will look to make a connection. So for example, when he was speaking to my husband, he was like, wow, you work 65 hours a week to clear 1,500 a week, a fortnight, something like that. And then Abbas was like, yeah, oh my God, I didn't even see it that way. And then Brody was like, so you spend 65 to 85 hours of your time for that money. He's like, yeah. My husband's like, yeah. And understand that my husband was probably the most closed-minded person you will ever come across. And the only time he was open-minded about it is once Brody started to show that connection. So don't show you're an authority figure until you hear excuses. When you hear those excuses or you hear them disagreeing with something, that's when you're an authority figure, when they're wasting your time. Okay, so in your lead combo, you should be able to establish a connection somewhere. If it's not, it's fine. I mean, there's 2% of people that we speak to that we don't even have. Like, I actually sent out, like, I just sold a trifecta last week to a guy that just signed up. He goes, give me your link. I was like, okay, here you go. He goes, I just want you to mentor me. Cool. More money for me. But doesn't matter. They resonate with the story that they tell them. Somehow or another, you resonated with them. So you need to resonate with them, whether it be your content, your videos, your go lives, your ad, whatever the case may be. You walking down the street, you like the way you walk, whatever the case may be. They will resonate with you. That's my main concern. So only show authority once you hear excuses, and then when they disagree. That's when, does that make sense? Cool. Okay. Where am I up to? Okay, so you must tell a story that has the right features. Stories driven through personality are the ones that sell more. And your story is not how you're, I can't read that already. Okay, boring stories will not attract anyone. Boring stories will not attract anyone. And your personality needs to drive your story. So if you're reading your video, like if you're watching a video ad and it is boring as hell, if I'm like this, hello, my name is SAFA, I do affiliate marketing for Magic, blah, 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 blah. No one's going to buy from me. No one's going to buy from me. Hey, my name is SAFA, I'm an affiliate marketer and you can join the team too. Which one would you buy from? Don't be boring. Show your true self. Every single person on here is freaking fun as hell. I know that because you're in this business. I see everyone's content. You guys are fun as hell. Show that to someone. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is as beautiful as a beautiful flower in a sea of, like a big garden. Just got to find what makes you tick. That's what you're going to do. Okay, so your ads should have a problem, a solution, and then success. So the first couple lines, or not first couple lines, maybe after the heading, the problem that you were faced, the problem that you went through, the problem that many of us go through, the solution, how you find this opportunity, what you found, how it came across you, stuff like that, and then success. How you came across and what you succeeded from this solution, what you grabbed, what you changed. How did your life change? How did your life change? How did your children's life change? How did your dog's life change? How did your bird's life change, like me? Just goes to show. Simple is better than complex. So that's what I was saying before. Just make sure you guys use simple jargon in a way where people are going to understand what the hell you're saying. Because if people don't understand what you're saying, they ain't gonna read it. They ain't gonna listen. 95% of people just ignore, and 5% will go research what that means. Just saying. Okay, so the beginning is the problem. Explain the problem you set to solve. The middle is the solution. Describe how you solved it. The end is success, and get excited about the success that is produced. And that's how you guys write a really good story. Whether it be a book, whether it be content, whether it be ad, video ad, whatever. Should have those. So beginning is the problem, middle is a solution, end is success, and get excited about the success. And then obviously after that, your call to action. That's how you guys tell a really, really authentic story that's going to show everyone what you're all about. Bear with me, I just got to turn the page. With the ending, you guys have to be very, 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 very careful. It's not supposed to be an ending, like an end, like the road, big continuation. So don't just say, I'm now traveling the world with my dogs, one country at a time. No. Say, I'm currently looking to travel the world, help people, change their lives, and change their lives for the better. See, two very different scenarios. Help people understand that it's not just the end of the road. It doesn't end here. There's continuous growth. There's continuous achievement. There's continuous, money to be made. So like that. Okay, so to make money is a two very short-sighted. It's two very short-sighted. If you're writing in your ad, I made this much and this much, I make this much and this much, the monetary value is not going, it might attract people who have extra money, but it won't, attract people who want to change their lives and continuously change their lives. That's very different people. And I say this from experience. Sometimes people get caught up with too much of the monetary value, and sometimes they just, sorry, all I can hear is my kids screaming. Kind of caught me off. But yes, don't get caught up with too much of the monetary value. Try and make this look like a journey to succeed and get to your goals, kind of like a stepping stone. So you can say, this is a stepping stone to your dreams. This is a stepping stone to your goals. 99% of your dreams, only two things: money and you to believe. That's what you can say. That's how you kind of rule out the monetary value that is only monetary value. Because when they see the blueprint, when they see the potential, when they see the money to be made, investment, everything like that, they kind of get caught up in it. And they kind of get, when they get in there, like they get in their first sign up, or they get their first sale, and then it all goes to shit, they kind of get discouraged and pull out. It's because they see, and it's not your fault, they only see the monetary value. So how can we eliminate that from very early on? And that's how you make it sound like a journey. You eliminate that monetary value through how it's a journey, and you're not going to get there overnight. And monetary value is a freaking bonus, but we're looking to get to here, to get to a bigger stage here. So I hope that one helped. So why should people freaking buy from you? How are you different to the next person? How are you different from the person down the road that does affiliate marketing, that's been doing affiliate marketing for 15 years? So what makes them want to buy from you? Who are you as a person, or why should they buy from you? What makes you so different? Why should they get you to mentor them and not someone that's a six-figure earner? Why? What qualities do you possess that they need? One, obviously, if they came up to me, they resonate. If they come up to you, they resonate with you, and you're a freaking boss. Who cares how long you've been doing it for? You got more time. You're along the same journey as me and you will learn together. No matter how early or late you are in this business, or if you haven't had success yet, or you've had success and you're continuing to have success, which is doing something right, no matter where you are on the timeline, no matter where you fall, people will always want to be mentored by someone that has what they want. Like Salima said when Brady says it. That's what makes people want to come to you and achieve what you have achieved. That's what sells people. Your freaking story. Imagine two people came up across two ads, mine and Balaj. What do I have that Balaj doesn't? And what does Balaj have that I don't? I'm not disrespecting Balaj, I love the guy, but just using it as an example. He's freaking amazing. But I'm just using it as two very, very different examples. What does Balaj have that I don't? And what do I have that Balaj doesn't? I'm an amazing person, and my story will resonate with so many different people. His does too. But if you come through me, you know what you're getting. And if you come through him, you know what you're getting. Two very different examples. If that makes sense, please write it down because I hope that made sense. So what do you have that, can you show us that book real quick? I'll write it down for you. I'll write it down for you, just give me a sec. All marketers tell stories. And it's brought by Seth. And by the way, this author, he's so funny. Like, he has a sense of humor, and he sold me on the book. So his story sold me on his own book. When you actually open that up, it actually tells you that the stories that you tell yourself are the ones that you believe. So if I say to you, a glass of wine tastes better in a plastic cup, you'll be like, really? Let me go taste that. That's the story I tell myself. And you guys will be like, oh, and that's what he goes through. Just a little bit of an example as to what he goes through. So I hope that makes sense in a way where you guys can, how powerful your story can be, how powerful you can be. Your story is what brings people to you. So your audience should be like, we relate to you, we understand you, and we are like you. When people say that, and when you speak to them as a lead, because when a lead comes through, it's kind of cold, and you warm up by your lead convo, unless you have a landing page and they're like, oh, I'm on the 2%. But your audience should say, we relate to you, we understand you, and we are like you. So that's when you resonate with people so well. People, resonate with your story so well, and you're targeting the people that you want. And I will say, I'll give you guys a little tip. If I am, for example, if Abbas is targeting security guards, he knows how closed-minded they are. So you would know how closed-minded your audience is. Well, you should. You should know how closed-minded that audience is, and what kind of excuses they will come up with. Abbas actually has all that prepared. He knows what the hell they're going to say. He knows what they're going to use as an excuse, as an example. He knows how to get them off the fence. And most of the time, he's like, I was exactly like you. I was closed-minded. I thought the only pyramid scheme was another freaking MLM, but not realizing that the security industry is the biggest pyramid scheme of all. That's where you get them off the fence. Some of them get defensive, and most of them join. Because he's right. He's right. So you would know your target audience more than anyone, and you know what they possess. You know what kind of freaking excuses they're gonna come up with. So just make sure that, and if you don't, do some research. Just for a thing. So this is how you enhance your story's reach. And you guys might know this, but I'll just touch upon it anyway. So you got to build your personal brand, yourself, your story, who you are, your logo, your team, and be active on social media. So put something on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook stories. Use all aspects of social media in order to get your story across. So when people be like, oh my God, that's SAFA. I have her on Instagram. She's amazing. That kind of stuff. People are going to get excited from that. And when people see you in the street, they get even more excited. They'll be like, oh my God, I have her on Instagram. She looks so pretty in real life. Okay, so tell your story everywhere. So I was actually, when I was at Bali, I was at a cafe, and the waitresses there were quite interested as to what me and Abbas do. Me and Abbas were just telling our story. Free leads, man. This is free. Word of mouth is free. And for years and years, marketing was never online. It was here. Write this. Just using your mouth. Word of mouth. Encourage your customers to tell their story. So testimonials. So unfortunately, if on your page you have bad reviews, sometimes you can't delete them, and that's okay. But what you can do is level it out. So what I mean by that is go jump on, and people that have just bought from you, get them to do a testimonial if they haven't already. If you don't have that recommendation, that's completely fine. But if you do have that recommendation little button tab thing, you know, go help people level it out. So always stay most recent. The recent ones stay outside, go inside. So the recent ones stay at the top, and then the negative ones get pushed down to the bottom. So do that, and your testimonials will always, you know, help. Also with your testimonials, I don't know if you guys do this as well. In our team, Team Alpha Omega, we have a seasoning group. Seasoning groups basically for every single post that you put up on your page. So what that will do is people will be like, go to one post, and then people will see a specific name that reach out, like, you know, that attracts them, Brody Nitro, and it goes on. They go on another one and they say Brody Nitro as well. Like, oh my God, I think they have a community behind them. That gets people going. That gets people feeling a lot more better, so they're not alone. The worst people, the most people want to feel supported, loved, and cherished. People all want to be loved. There's not one person in this world that doesn't want to be loved. And if they tell you otherwise, they're lying to you. Everyone wants to be loved and cared for and cherished. 4 out of 5 entrepreneurs actually fail because they don't have the support needed to do what they need to do. And this business is for everyone. All you need to do is show and guide people in a way where it's going to kind of, you know, resonate with them. So I'm going to go through perspectives, and I'm going to ask you guys, where do you see your business in the next 5 years? I know you guys all want to reach 6823, 6824, 6825, but what do you want to be known for? I know what Shauna's known for. Where do you guys want to be? What do you guys want to be known for within the next 5 years? Where is your business perspective? Go inside, guys. So that's a question that you guys can ask. Yes, Mama. Okay, go close the door. So this is called a push and pull method. Are you pushing products? Are you pushing quality? And this is actually talking about the Magic products. Are you pushing the products just as a product, or are you pushing the quality of the product that this gives you? Gives you better health, gives you better wealth, puts more food on the table for you, puts more money on the table for you. What are you guys pushing? Are you pushing just the product, or are you pushing the quality of the product? And in this, you'll probably need to know your product a little bit more. And if you guys need that, you know, information, go to the JPM files, you know, the Global Prosperity Movement, and the files there are absolute gold. I learned so much. I went and pitched the guy down the road that has cancer, and he bought one. Because I was able to show him the quality of the water and what it can give him. There's something he doesn't have now. We have a lot of things that people don't have. People don't have, sometimes they don't even have communities. People don't have, you know, a water ionizing machine that, you know, cures and helps and prevents so many different health illnesses and diseases. We have so many things. All you need to do is believe in yourself and believe in the product. That's it. All you need to do is believe in yourself and believe in the product. Once you believe in yourself and believe in the product, you will definitely find success. Because before you believe in something else, you need to believe in this first. You need to believe in who you are. That's why I'm asking, who are you? So you can believe in yourself. So you can bring authenticity to your viewers, and the viewers can buy off you, and then the viewers can become your teammates, and they love and they resonate with you no matter how, because you change their lives. See how it's a cycle? That's what you guys want to do. You want to make sure that the cycle is never unbroken. I can't believe in a product if I don't believe in myself. Doesn't make sense, right? If I believe in the product and I don't believe in myself, does it make sense? No, doesn't make sense at all. I need to believe in this first. I need to believe in who I am first. And I understand that sometimes it's easier said than done, but like I said, it's a journey. If I told you guys that, you know, there aren't times where I doubt myself, I'd be lying to you. And that's not who I am. There are times where I cry after lives. You have no idea. But I'm true to myself, and I know that at the end of the day, I will pick myself up and I am amazing, I'm powerful, and I am enough, and I am a freaking boss babe. I know who I am. So you guys need to know who you are, to believe in who you are, to carry out everything else. It's a cycle and it's an endless link. It's all chained. Entrepreneurship is a perspective. It's more than creation of a business. The characteristics of seeking business opportunities and taking risks beyond security, having tenacity to push an idea through, and being innovative. So that's what being an entrepreneur means. Let me see if I have any more notes. No. That's what being an entrepreneur means. Yeah, okay, an entrepreneur is a person that takes risks. But don't think by you investing in his business is the only risk that you take. Hell no. There are so many different risks at so many different times, at so many different journeys that you need to take in order for you to succeed. Your entrepreneurship journey, you're not an entrepreneur if you just take one risk. Man, we take risks every single day walking down the street. What are you guys scared of? You guys always need to take risks, and if you fail, that's fine. Guess what? Failure is only one step closer to your success. So when you guys are failing, for example, if you're not getting any leads, you're not getting any, your ads are not getting approved, guess what? It's to teach you that something's up. So say, instead of saying, why me? Saying, what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? What can I learn from this? For example, the other day, whenever we would get a comment on our ads, it wouldn't show up. It wouldn't show up. And I'm like, why is this not showing up? So what I did was I realized that Abbas had boosted it off his ad account, and I was running the ad off my ad account. Two very different ad accounts. So the algorithm was getting mixed up. So I had to go on Abbas's ad account, delete it from his account, and then go back on mine and then run it, and it ran. So that taught us, it took us about an hour to realize, but eventually we figured it out because I didn't panic. You can't panic. When something's going on, you can't panic. You just don't panic. Just push through it. Get through it. You're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. Guys, your story is so powerful. Your risk-taking is so powerful. You as a person are so powerful. So stop holding back from the world and show the world how amazing you are. Go show the world how successful you're going to be. Go show the world who you are as a person. Who are you? I am me, and I'm everything I'm supposed to be and more. Just stop holding back. Stop holding back. Does anyone have any questions? Because I've gone through all my notes and I hope I helped. I'll just wait for some questions. So I hope I have everyone's, I help everyone find their authenticity in their story. I've been blabbing for so long, but that was great. Thanks, SAFA. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys found value in that, because amongst everything, I want everyone to find value in what I put out. I've been preparing this guy for you guys so long, and I'm going to have a page of notes here. I need the book. I need to find it on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure someone will find it. You'll find it. I found it at the bookstore, the local bookstore, and one in Bali. So hopefully you'll be able to find it. If not, I'm pretty sure YouTube has it. I'm pretty sure YouTube has everything. YouTube is the thing. So you have a page of thriftbook.com. Okay, I'll try that. I'm going to write that down actually now. Write that down. So in saying how authentic your story is, or anything about perspectives, do you guys have anything you would like to ask me personally? You'd like to ask each other? Would you like to ask anything really? So that way I can help you guys find who you are, and just anything, just ask any question. So that way I can help you guys. That's what I'm out here to do. Damn fly. I shall read. Okay. No questions then. Is there a way to dig deeper about what your story is? I don't find my story is deep enough. Melanie, I'm pretty sure your story is as deep as it comes. Trust me. No one is just a stay-at-home mum. No one is just a childcare educator. No one is just a person. So what I like to do is when I'm trying to find my story, I write, it might take a little while. I go and I surround myself with utter quiet. And I remember the things that happened to me in life that made me who I am today. What happened to me in life, what was said to me as a child that shaped who I am, or shaped my fears, or shaped my doubts. For example, I shared this at the last team meeting, but I'm going to make you guys laugh. I'm actually scared to lose my shoes. Whenever I'm at a play center, and you guys will understand, I'm actually scared to lose my shoes. Reason being is when I tapped into it, it's because I was raised by a single mom, and my mom used to say, if you lose your shoes, I'm not going to buy you other ones. So always, as a kid, I used to have this fear of losing my shoes so my mom doesn't get upset. And that carried out in life. So whenever my kids are at a freaking play center, I grab their shoes and I put in my bag, not realizing where it came from. So understand that the reason why I told you that is to understand that the things that you go through are not just, it's not just the fear of losing shoes. It's deeper than that. It's much, much deeper than that. So you just got to find out where it came from, why it's there, and why is it kind of concreted into your subconscious, if it's a fear or like a worry or an anxiety. That's what you guys have to find out. You're not just a person. You're not just Melanie. You're not just Melanie. There's more to you. And the way I say it is, if you meet someone new and you're introducing yourself, how do you introduce yourself? And if they're telling your story, what story do you tell? What story do you tell new people that you meet? That's the story. Well, I know when you meet, I'm like this, but other people might not be like this. When you meet a new person and you kind of open up to them, you finally understand this. You finally find a connection with them. What are the stories that you tell? And what are the memories that come with it? So go write down all those memories and who you are as a person and your values and your beliefs, and you'll find who you are. And your story is much deeper than probably you think. You just probably have something I like to call a wall. You've built up a wall to people, so people don't people don't see the real you. But I'm telling you, remove that wall. You need to find your story. Did I help with that? Cool. Did you and Abbas buy positions right away? No. So Abbas's sponsor ID reached 4A, and then we bought in again in my name. So we stopped stacking people underneath his and started with mine. So when new people would come in, would stack him underneath mine, would get paid 2 times per household. So mine and his, and we got him to 6A, and then mine's at 5A. So that's, make sense? Double the income, double the benefits, and more shopping for me. Any more questions? Yeah, I'm a shopaholic, man. Well, I'm actually better than what I used to be, but still, I love shopping. Who doesn't? Are you guys sharing a business page using 2 accounts or 2? No. So we share a business page. So what we did was we just originally just had his, but we noticed some of the ads were getting flagged. So what we did was we made another ad account on my behalf, linked the ad accounts, like, so he has my access and I have his access, and you can do that through business settings on the ads manager. So that way, so it's the same business page, just different ad accounts. You just like make a new ad account with just another name. It's the same thing, because we're just 2 different ad accounts. But yeah, we've been running our business page together The reason being is if you guys are a couple, I highly recommend this because you guys are going to resonate with so much different people, because men will resonate with men and women will resonate with women, or vice versa. So you have more of a chance of resonating with people that way. How do you recommend combining your stories as a couple? Okay, so there's a couple ways of doing that. So you can either make an ad per couple, per person. So Abbas will have his ad and I'll have my ad. And we've done that before. Or I can say the same story in the same ad. So the two stories in the same ad, and I'll link it somehow. So I just recently made an ad saying that Abbas came from the security industry, and I came from the childcare industry, but I linked it with the rush of the new year. When you guys go into a new year, both sides, anyone, we obviously come across so much different difficulties. With childcare, it's the children being with new people, new faces, new environment and stuff like that. Abbas, the same thing. He was a superior, and the new security guards, new people, new faces, kind of uncomfortable. That's how we linked it. So as long as it's congruent and it flows nice and easily, and it's not hard to read, you should be fine. So you got two options. You can even do one together or do one separate. So you guys completely, it's up to you. But I don't know. I've tried them both. They both work well. You just got to find something that works for you and works well with your story and how you're going to link it. I like that question. That was a good question. And then you target different audiences. If we make two ads, so he had a security ad, I have a childcare ad, two very different audiences. We never target the same things. If it's a couple's ad, we obviously split test and stuff like that. So yeah. But like I said, it wouldn't make sense if I'm targeting security guards in my childcare ad. Doesn't make sense. They're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And security guards wouldn't even know what the hell childcare educators are talking about. Same. So you got to look at what works for your audience and how you come across your audience in that way. Any more questions? I like your questions. They're good. You have good questions.
Okay, last question. I'll just ask it instead of typing it. Are you using different pixels then, or you're using the same pixel even though you're targeting different audiences?
Yes, I'm using the same pixel. So what we did was we linked the pixel to my ad account. We originally made a new pixel, but it just didn't work. It didn't work well. And we had so much data on the original pixel. So when we made the original pixel, I just linked the pixel up. That's it. I just gave the pixel. I linked the pixel to mine, and then he linked his pixel to his, so we have more. I just saw this. Is this happening every Friday now? Well, it's Saturday for us, and I'll be more than happy to jump on every single Saturday to bring you guys value as much as I can. I want you guys to get a full benefit of having a different person, different perspective, different things that you can learn and whatnot. Actually, also what we did, I will say this also, because we wanted to kind of retrain our pixel, we ran a likes campaign, just a very open targeted likes campaign, just to retrain the pixel in a way where it wasn't targeting the same old people as it was before. It kind of like the old data kind of dried up. So I retrained the pixel, and ever since I did that, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you. I'm glad you guys got a lot of value. So if you guys, I want to be respectful of everyone's time. It's 10 a.m. now, so I've been blabbing for about an hour. So if you guys have any questions, pop them really quickly in the chat. If not, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for all jumping on. Is there a replay? Yes, it's been recorded as we speak. And if you guys don't have any, glad to know we're doing it weekly. Yeah, we were actually doing it prior, but we actually we're at Bali, and I was very sick last week. So thank you so much for everyone. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this, and I'll be able to connect with you guys. If you guys need anything, don't be afraid to reach out. And yeah, I don't know which one. Shauna. Is she there? I wonder if I leave meeting, the recording will stop. I think it will. Thank you, Salima. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'm going to leave this meeting. I think she's fallen asleep. Okay, guys, much love. If you guys need anything, reach out, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.